Markets move. The world takes notice. This is NextMoney Signal, your daily briefing for those who make financial moves that matter.
Welcome to the deep dive. All right, let's talk about building wealth, but maybe not how you've usually thought about it.
Yeah, forget the standard playbook for a minute.
Today we're getting into something called creative finance. Think of it as, well, unlocking a different kind of vault.
Exactly. And the core idea really is pretty powerful. You don't always need banks or perfect credit or even, piles of your own cash to make significant deals happen.
Let that land for a second. Seriously, the power isn't just about money in the traditional sense. It's built on maybe three key things.
I'd say so. First, leverage, but not just financial leverage. It's leveraging the situation, the opportunity itself.
Right. And then creativity, like real creativity in how you structure the deal.
And critically, understanding what the other person, usually the seller, actually needs. What's their pain point? What keeps them up at night?
It's like this hidden advantage, a wealth weapon nobody really spells out for you in school.
Okay, so let's paint a picture. Imagine you've got a landlord, right? They've owned a property for years, they're ready to retire, move on.
Makes sense, but
if they just sell it the normal way, boom, huge capital gains tax bill. Wipes out a big chunk of what they worked for. That's a major pain point.
okay, yeah, so that's where creative finance could step in.
Precisely. This is where you can shift from just being a potential buyer to being a problem solver.
How so?
Instead of offering a lump sum payment that triggers that tax nightmare for them, you propose something different. You say, how about I provide you with a reliable monthly income?
So you become their income stream. You essentially become the bank for them in a way.
You got it. You're not just buying a property, you're offering a solution, a retirement plan maybe.
And for the seller, the benefits are pretty clear then. They get steady income.
Steady income, they potentially defer or totally avoid that immediate massive tax hit, and they get a clean exit without the usual headaches. You're solving their actual problem.
So mechanically, how does that work? Roughly.
Well, it's surprisingly straightforward, often. You take control of the property, you collect the rents from the tenants, you pay the seller their agreed upon monthly amount out of that rent.
And the difference is yours.
The difference is your profit, your cash flow.
And this isn't just a small-time thing. You mentioned larger deals.
Absolutely. Think about that 160-unit apartment complex deal that was put together using these kinds of principles. Very little, if any, of the buyer's own capital was needed up front.
Wow. Okay, so that really drives home the point. It wasn't about having millions in the bank to start with.
Not at all. It was about resourcefulness, ingenuity, structuring something where everyone walks away happy.
That's the mental shift, isn't it? Moving from, I don't have the money, so I can't do this,
Yeah, that limiting belief.
to how can I creatively structure this deal using the resources and opportunities available? It's a completely different way of thinking.
Because think about it, banks, they have rigid boxes. You don't fit, you get rejected. End of story.
Right. The computer says no.
Exactly. But a seller, a person, they have motivations, needs, fears, goals, things beyond just the absolute highest dollar amount right this second. They're often open to creative solutions if it solves their underlying problem.
So stop thinking about how to get a loan.
And start thinking about how to offer a solution. Understand the seller's world.
What's their real issue? What do they really want to achieve with this sale? Address that.
Address that, and suddenly doors open. Doors that traditional financing, doesn't even know exist.
So the big takeaway here feels like flipping the script entirely.
It is. It fundamentally shifts the focus. Wealth building isn't just about the capital you have, it's maybe even more about the creative solutions you can design.
Right. Okay, so to wrap this up, here's something for you, the listener, to think about. As you go about your day, look around. What problems, what challenges exist, maybe in real estate, maybe somewhere else entirely, that could actually be an opportunity.
Yeah, an opportunity waiting for a creative finance solution. Where could you become the solution, not just the seeker of funds?
That's your deep dive forethought.